Midnight Oil are an Australian rock band from Australia. They were formed in 1972. It took them till 1978 to get their first album out, but it wasn't until their sixth album in 1987 that they started to get worldwide success. In 2002, they stopped, and they've been on and off ever since. They are currently on, and they have released in this year, 2022, their 13th album. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the fourth album by Midnight Oil, and it's my first time listening to it. I would describe it as pop rock of an 80s kind. Particularly, there are places where there's quite a prominent synth sound that very much kind of say early mid-80s, which is no surprise because that's when it was. The description that Acclaimed Music has of it includes the term new wave, and I think that's not unreasonable to call it that. It would not sound out of place on 80s radio or on compilations of 80s stuff. In fact, what I'm basically saying is it sounds like it's from the 80s because it is. There's quite a variety of feels and styles here. I feel like this is something that I say quite a bit because a lot of albums seem to have that. I can't give you a rundown of all the different feels. There is one track that's got a kind of vague reggae feel, but other than that, I'm not highlighting anything particularly. The production, again, I'm going to say, is quite 80s. The kind of particular sounds that are used. I think, the kind of compression reverb. It reminds me sometimes of kind of the sort of way that the Eurythmics' Dave Stewart would approach stuff. It's kind of polished and produced feel, but not in a kind of bad way that it's too plastic. It works. Right, so let's talk about the voice. He's got quite a distinctive voice. I always find voices somewhat difficult to describe. Reminded me at times of Stan Ridgway and of the guy from the B-52s in the kind of the tone of his voice, which is it's good for dramatic stuff that he's got. The songs are mostly social commentary stuff with some social conscience stuff in there. For example, Short Memory is kind of basically a list of ways in which invaders have treated indigenous peoples. That's the kind of thing that they are kind of keen to talk about, but it's not all exactly the same, of course. My favourite song on the album is Power and the Passion. Mostly musically, because in the middle it has this kind of percussive breakdown where they use lots of different kinds of percussion, and I enjoy that quite a bit. Generally, I enjoyed it as an album. It's a nice listen. I would say it's a strong album. It's confident both musically and lyrically. It's a decent enough listen, is what I thought. So, as always, at this point, I'd like to invite you to tell me what you think of the album. So please do leave a comment. And that's it from me for now.